Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Brian Marr, and this is Wicked Good Sports. And this particular segment is Miami Minute because it's all about my favorite team, the Miami Dolphins. As I covered in the last Miami Minute, the very first Miami Minute, this is a segment that I'm just going to focus on the Dolphins. It's going to be longer than a minute. It'll probably be many minutes some weeks. This one, probably a little bit shorter because last time we talked about Xavien Howard being upset about his contract situation and demanding a trade. But I did think he was handling it quite well because he did not hold out from camp. He instead came to camp, had an ankle injury. I think we all can accept that probably wasn't a real injury. It was more of just I'm showing up. I can't practice though. Let me know if we get a new contract or we get something restructured. So, of course, he wanted to trade because he was feeling undervalued. He was the second highest paid cornerback on his own team, despite being probably the best cornerback in football, at least if we're going off interception numbers last year. And I do think he is, if not the best, at least the top three best cornerbacks in football. So it was definitely my stance that I would like to see the Dolphins work something out with Howard. And lo and behold, he did. He is not getting traded. Xavien Howard's base 2021 salary, I'm reading this verbatim from ESPN, so I don't mess anything up. Howard's base 2021 salary of $12.75 million was fully guaranteed, and a maximum of $3.5 million of incentives were added. The Dolphins also agreed to rescind $93,000 in fines Howard racked up when he was skipping mandatory minicamp. In 2022, the fully guaranteed $6.75 million of his salary, and then if he should get injured, the remainder of his $12.75 million is guaranteed. And the Dolphins also converted $500,000 of game day bonuses as well as $100,000 in workout bonuses into his base salary. So there you have it. The saga that could have been truly tragic has been resolved. And I think it shows that the Dolphins are willing to work with players. I know we were kind of teetering on the edge of we already saw this happen with Minkah Fitzpatrick. He didn't want to be with the team. He didn't love his role with the team, so he demanded a trade. And the team were basically like, okay, if you don't want to be here, we don't want you here. We're trading you, we're shipping you off to Pittsburgh for a first-round pick. Obviously, first-round picks are quite important. However, there is a certain balancing act you have to do where it's like, is the player talented to the point where getting a first-round pick is not worth it? Because as we all know, first-round picks don't always pan out, especially past the top 10. I mean, obviously, players in the top 10 don't always pan out, but especially after the top 10, it gets a little bit more risky. If you're going to be trading Xavien Howard, you're probably going to be trading him to a contender, and that contender will probably be outside the top 10. It just kind of snowballs. So the Dolphins have done a great job of rebuilding, of acquiring picks, of getting players they think are talented, as well as signing free agents. And I think they're ready to take the next step into becoming more of a competitive playoff team rather than a team that is working on rebuilding. And like I said, I think this sends a good message to other players who might want to sign here and to other players who are already on the team. The Dolphins are reasonable, that they will work something out if you're disgruntled, especially if you are one of the star players. So all in all, I'm quite happy with how this all went down, and it is my sincere hope that Howard stays healthy and continues to play at the level that he played at last season. I should add at the very end, there were reports that this was a little bit of a kicking the can down the road to next season. If that's the case, we shall see how he plays. We'll see where he stands after this season, and we'll see if the Dolphins are willing to, either extend him, give him a new deal altogether, or if they're able to work something out similar to what they did here. I really like Xavien Howard as a player. I think he's exceptionally talented, and I think a huge part of the defense, and the defense being a potential strength of the team. hopefully next year we'll be able to work something out as well. If you're a Dolphins fan, first of all, please subscribe. I'm going to be talking about the Dolphins weekly in this Miami Minute segment. But we also have other coverage of the NFL, NBA, NHL, and actually women's soccer. We don't really cover the MLB. I don't have anybody I know who's a huge MLB fan, and I certainly don't know enough to come on here and try to talk about it. So if you like those other sports, stick right here with Wicked Good Sports and tell me what your thoughts are about Xavien Howard getting a restructured deal in the comments down below. Thank you so much for checking this out. If you liked it, please subscribe. We have a main channel that's Wicked Good Everything, where we do more comedy focus, some nerdy news stuff as well. We have a podcast channel. Right now, our big ongoing podcast is about Big Brother. We're covering Big Brother 23. It is a lot of fun. So if you're interested in that, go check us out on Better Radio. The channel can be found on Twitter at Wicked Good Sport or at WG Everything. It's on Instagram at Wicked Good Everything. It's Twitch at twitch.tv/Wicked Good Everything. And on TikTok, search Wicked Good Everything. I'm hoping to make a TikTok just for sports content. So you'll see that coming out probably by September. Just give me a chance to film some content, so there is a bit of a runway, but I'm saying it on video and in a podcast now so that I hopefully hold myself to it. I've rambled on for far too long. TLDR, even though you already watched the video, I'm quite happy Xavien Howard's coming back to the Dolphins, and I hope to court more Dolphins fans to the channel by making this segment Miami Minute. So if you're a Dolphins fan, share it with your friends, and I will see you in the next one.